Welcome to the post-race press conference here following round 3 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Please welcome on the stage from right to left, third place driver Taylor Barnard with Neon McLaren, second and new championship leader on the left, Nissan's Oliver Rowland, and our race winner this evening, DS Penske's Maximilian Gunther. A first race win for your new team. Can you put into words your emotions right now?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. First win with DS Penske. I think we've had a very good start to the season. Actually, always performing well on the first 3 weekends now. Unlucky in Sao Paulo, solid last time out in Mexico, and yeah, obviously here, perfect day with pole, fastest lap, and the race win. So extremely happy, extremely proud. Yeah, I mean, race was actually really difficult. I think Ollie did an amazing job until the end, you know, defending so well. And yeah, we just stayed patient and we had more energy at the end, so I was able to get him, but it was hard work. I mean, I was exiting P8 after the pit stop, so yeah, for a moment I wasn't too sure if that's all going all right.
Just talk us through that last lap. Did you know that there was a good chance you could do it because it was a great battle between you two?
I mean, to be fair, he was defending so well that it was just about if he gets the cut or not for the last corner, because he did everything right, make himself very wide. But yeah, obviously I knew if he has to lift early, then I've got a chance, and I took it at the end. So yeah, mega happy.
Once you gave up the lead, how concerned were you that after the pit boost cycles had ended, that you'd ended up 8th? And were you concerned that maybe you wouldn't be getting back up there to the lead?
For sure, I wasn't amused, but I still knew I've got 2 attack modes remaining, and I knew a few cars were pushing a lot or took attack mode. And yeah, at the end we just did our race, and I saw it's possible to recover pretty well. At the end I was thinking, okay, podium is realistic today, but then yeah, I saw I'm able to close a lot the gap to Ollie, and I tried it until the end, so it was good.
And finally, same again tomorrow?
No. Look, I'm really happy about today. If you want to win a race in Formula E, really all the stars have to be aligned. I think this was the case today. Tomorrow everybody's starting from zero. The competition here is so incredibly tight. And yeah, you know, you always have to stay with both feet on the ground, and we do our homework tomorrow. I like the track, so far it's going well, and yeah, I give my very best tomorrow again.
Congratulations again, a 6th race win in Formula E and the first race win for you for DS Penske. Ollie, we'll move on to you. Obviously, I mentioned there a great battle with Maximilian. How do you feel after that last lap? Because, you know, you've scored more points again, you're leading the championship now, but it must be bittersweet because you were so close to a victory.
Yeah, of course, whenever you lose the victory in the last corner, it's a bit disappointing, but I think I'm pretty happy. You know, the car was good. We stuck to our strategy. I think it was a great race. As a spectacle, it was able to push quite hard. Had to be almost inch perfect every lap, and it came down to half a second. You know, we were first and second after the first lap, and the gap in the start was half a second. So, of course, it was a bit disappointing. I'm a little bit frustrated that I didn't know how much of a buffer he had as he was coming back through, because I could have probably kept my target high enough to defend a bit better, let's say. But I was actually trying to keep the gap at some point, and that hurt me a little bit at the end. But no, look, we did a great job. I think qualifying we were extremely strong. I'm enjoying driving the car on this track, and just looking forward to tomorrow, really.
You left your pit boost quite late in the race. How close was that to the original plan? Were there any changes made after you saw other drivers go a little bit earlier?
No, I wasn't actually aware who took the pit stop when. I saw a few come in on the first lap, but I had a bit of a gap, so I really wasn't aware. But we planned to do exactly what we did, and we executed the plan. I think it was a way to stay quite safe and conservative in the first one, to stay a little bit out of the mess. It probably didn't go quite as we planned. We expected that a lot of people would do what we did, but it didn't seem that they did. But, you know, look, it was I think we did everything right. I mean, we just lacked 500ths of energy in the last corner, and that's it.
At least it wasn't a repeat of Misano, of course.
That's very true.
Yeah. Obviously, tomorrow, same amount of laps, but no pit boost. What kind of style of race are you expecting?
Completely different. I think we'll get a race like Portland, Misano, high energy saving races where it's going to be a bit of a mess in the beginning. Qualifying will probably be less important, but yeah, we'll see what people prefer, whether these types of races or I expect tomorrow to be much more chaotic and people winning from 15th possibly. So yeah, qualifying will be a bit less important.
Okay, congratulations again. We look forward to it. And Taylor Barnard, once again here on the podium, a second podium this season, but you really had to fight for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I made a mistake by letting Nick past and on like lap 10 or so. And then Jake got past as well, which hindered my race a little bit. But of course, I had to fight for that. I had to fight them both hard to get past. And yeah, in the end, happy to get my second podium.
How aware were you that that was basically your last chance to get past Nick before your attack mode ran out? That you really left it till the last possible moment there to get that place?
I mean, I overconsumed to try and catch him. And I saw the timer on my steering wheel, and I knew I had only 15 seconds left. So I had one chance. So I made it very aggressive, and of course it came out, but yeah, it was very close. It was a good fight.
We said this before the race, obviously, you're still battling with former champions and still holding your own, which super impressive in your first full season as a driver. What do you think would have been possible had you not been stuck behind the Maserati for so long?
Look, with how close I was on the last couple of laps, for sure a win was possible, but like Max said, Ollie was defending very well, and when you're the third guy, to try and make some kind of move on P2 is very difficult, especially around here, so it's all if, buts and maybes. But I think anyway, we did a good race as a team and we're looking forward to tomorrow.
And finally, in contrast to Ollie, you were one of the drivers that took pit boost early. Was that always going to be the plan? And do you feel that you basically got it as best you could?
Yeah, I think it was part of the plan from the beginning. I think we executed everything very well. I lost a bit of time, but I don't know if that's because I entered behind the Maserati and I lost a little bit of time behind him. But yeah, I mean, I still need to analyse the race and everything properly. But to get the first one out of the way, I'm very happy.
Well, congratulations on another podium. Time for some questions from the journalists here in the room. Please raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. Okay, we'll go gentleman at the front first.
Hello, guys. Congratulations on the podium. What a show you guys have put on. A huge round of applause for these legends here, everyone. My question is directed to Oliver. In the final moments of the race, Gunther overtook you. Can you tell us what exactly happened in the last moments?
Yeah, I was struggling for energy, and basically we have like a point in which we have to lift in the last corner, otherwise we won't make it to the line. And I had to lift, and I was hoping that he did too, but he didn't. So yeah, he had enough energy to get around the outside and get to the apex.
Thank you very much for your question. We'll go to Jack at the front here next.
Jack Smith, Motorsport Week. Max, Phil Charles calls you the professor, and you certainly lived up to that today. But given how quick your car was all day, is that showing that Phil Charles factor is kind of showing to bear fruit now at DS Penske?
Look, I'm really, really happy in my new team. I think Jay and Phil, they've put an incredible group of people together. Yeah, so far, I think the last few, or my first few months of the team have been enjoying massively. There's so much quality in this team. Phil is amazing. Yeah, it's just such a cool group to work with. I really enjoy every second of it. And amazing that so early already we can get such a big race and a win. Yeah, it's a real pleasure to work with Phil.
Thank you very much. Any more questions in the room? We'll go here and then afterwards, okay.
Question for all guys. What are you thinking at 30 seconds and pit boost?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'd actually had a huge lockup on the entry to the pits, and my tyre was quite flat spotted, so as I was sat there, I was kind of cursing at myself a bit. I wouldn't say what I was kind of saying to myself, but I was a bit annoyed at myself. And I don't know for you guys, it seemed to last a long time.
I mean, if you talk a bit on the radio, it's actually...
You were talking?
I was talking on the radio, so it was quite quick, actually.
I'm banned from that.
Yeah, I was talking on the radio with my engineer and also hoping to get in front of the Maserati behind me. Unfortunately, I didn't, but it doesn't feel too long when you're talking on the radio.
Thank you very much. It worked out in the end for you, at least. And one more here. Do we have the mic? Yeah.
Rowland Hamdan from الشرق الأوسط newspaper, the Middle East. First of all, I congratulate all of you. You all made a great race, really. And especially Rowland, like you made a great race. You almost be in the B1 the whole race. And then in the last corner, Maximilian could pass you and take the overtake in a great way. And also Bernard, like the rookie, and going to podium in Jeddah as the new McLaren team. So proud. And I want to know, how was the bit boost here in Jeddah? Yesterday, you all said, we don't know, let's see the race. And how was the Jeddah circuit, Corniche circuit for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's really cool to have these kind of different races, because the dynamic, as Ollie was mentioning, is very different. You know, tomorrow we will see a very different kind of racing, and it just shows as well, you know, Formula E's progress in terms of technology. You know, that in 30 seconds you can charge the car 10%, which is actually incredible, and this under competitive conditions is cool. It brings another element of excitement for the fans, for us in the car, for the engineers and the teams in the garage. And yeah, I really think it's a great addition to the championship.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's the first step towards the future a little bit. I think, first of all, let's get it working, and today was quite a clean race, which I think helped the spectacle. I think we're going to have a few hiccups along the way when full course yellows and safety cars come out, but I think in the future, if we can use it to strategically have maybe more or less energy, depending on how long you stop, it could be quite interesting, also from the outside. But also, you mentioned the track. I don't know about these two guys, but I wasn't a huge fan when I arrived from the layout, but actually it was pretty cool to drive in qualifying. You felt like you could use a lot of grip, and the car started to feel like a proper race car with four-wheel drive and a lot of grip. It was honestly really enjoyable, particularly in qualifying.
I don't know how to finish it. The guys have already said everything. I'll talk more about the Jeddah circuit. Coming kind of like same as Ollie, coming here, I'm not sure how much everyone enjoyed it on the simulator, but actually at the track, I think it was a very good race. Pushing the car in qualifying in the duels was extremely cool with all-wheel drive and such a high grip. Also a fast circuit, I think it was very enjoyable. Obviously, it's a double header, so tomorrow's race will look completely different, and I'm sure it'll be another great race.
Thank you very much for your questions. One final, very quick one from me. It's not every day you get to watch Akon. Will you be celebrating your podium by going and watching Akon on the main stage before a good sleep tonight?
Maybe.
When is the concert?
Probably.
It's already on?
Possibly, yeah.
Sounds
Try
like
to
it's
debrief
already
fast.
on.
I'm gonna
I heard
guess.
Taylor can sing some of his songs.
I wouldn't try. I'm gonna guess that's a no. Thank you very much. The drivers will all be available downstairs shortly, and my friend here is just gonna say a few words.
لكل المقابلات بمنطقة الإعلام على أول بادوك لو سمحتوا.